All right. So in today's lecture, we will see a another thing. See, we will talk about the launch template. So what is launch template means? Uh, See what we have done so far. Whenever we are going to create the EC2 instance, we go to our EC2 instance window and we select our desired AMI, which is AMI full form is Amazon Machine Image. So we are selecting that Amazon Machine Image, which could be Ubuntu, Windows, right? Whatever you want to select for as per your requirement. Now, consider you have created one virtual machine, right? You want similar kind of virtual machine again. So let me open MS Paint quickly. So you can see my MS Paint window.
No.
No, okay. Just give me a second. I think I'm sharing over the window. Let me share the screen. Okay, probably you can see now, right?
Yes.
So now, basically, what we have done earlier, we have created our EC2 instance, and that EC2 instance is having AMI. AMI is Amazon Machine Image. Machine Image. Okay. So you have selected, say, an example, Ubuntu. Okay. And then uh, means like in yesterday's lecture, we have seen how to use the user data. By using user data, excuse me, by user data, you have uh, you have run some script, or you go inside the uh, you can go inside the EC2 instance and you can install your desired software. You open the ports by using security group. You can decide what will be the behavior when you stop your EC2 instance. What will be the behavior uh, when you want to do the hibernate. So hibernate is only applicable when you apply the encryption on your root volume. Okay. So many things we have done when we talk about the EC2 instance. Now consider you have created this EC2 instance. After some time, you need similar kind of EC2 instance. Again, you will create new Ubuntu machine, right? So you are basically creating a copy of this, right? So when you create a copy of this, again, you will perform the same activity, right? Again, you will perform the same activity. Maybe this kind of thing you want to do multiple times um, on your regular day-to-day activities. So now there are different ways to save the time to create the duplicate or not duplicate. I will say that EC2 instances which has the same configuration, okay, which you want. Say an example, you want Apaches to be installed, and there will be one index.html file which is to be copied. All these things you want that if I select my image or if I create one EC2 instance, this thing should be automatically there. I just need to save my time, okay, to create the EC2 instance. So there are two ways to do that. One way is that you can create custom AMI. Means you will create your own image, and we will see that how to create that image. That is not a intent of this lecture, but we can achieve this by creating the AMI. In that image, we will have our desired software or whatever we want to do in that particular image. We will incorporate into this AMI. Okay. The the other thing is launch templates. Okay. So what is launch template means? In launch template, you will set the configuration, okay, of your EC2 instance. Set configuration. Configuration means you will say, okay, I will use AMI, which is Ubuntu. Okay. I want to run the user data, which is to install Apache. I want to use a security group, which is uh, having 22 and port 80 opened. Okay. Everything I just do a configuration, and through this launch template, I will create the EC2 instance. Let us go to our AWS console, and here we will create a template. So here you can see launch template, there is an option. Let me click on this and I will create a launch template. Okay, so here I don't have any template now. So I'm creating a new template, which is the uh, by clicking on that particular button, launch template. Now, launch template, you can give any name. For example, I'm giving this web, or more specifically, I will say Apache template. Okay. So this is my web template, and there is no cost associated with this because this is a configuration only. So you need not to pay any penny to set the configuration for your launch template. But yes, when the EC2 instances get created from this launch template, those are chargeable. Now here I'm saying my template name is launch template. What is the purpose? Means there are actually we can create multiple version of our template. So here it is saying what this template is for. Like here they have given some suggestion, a production web server for my applications. So we'll say this is production server, production web server, I'll say. So auto scaling part we have not discussed so far. So I'm skipping this option. If you want to give some template tags, okay, tag means, for example, what is the purpose of tag? Tag is the user defined properties. There are some properties which automatically we see or predefined to our EC2 instances or templates. So these properties we cannot change, means we can change the value, but the property name we cannot change. But you want some property which is specific to your application. Say an example, you want that I want to give a property like environment equals to production. Then you can do by clicking on this add tab. Here I will just write name is a property which is automatically detect the name of your, or the caption or title of your template. Okay. So here I will give name as I will give Apache, okay, and Apache template. So I want to use this. Then I will add one more tag. I will say environment equals to production. Okay. So I want to use these two tags. Right. Right. Now in the source template, if if you want to specify a template, if you would like to create a template from some existing template, then you need to select that template. So far we have not created any template, so we don't have anything, right? So now so this is not required. In that case, we will hide it. Now here I am defining the image. So the images which we have selected earlier, right, like Ubuntu, AWS, Windows, etc. So these images you will see in the quick start. Okay. So in the quick start, you will find these images. Actually, there is a marketplace. So if you see here, browse more on the AMIs. If you want to see more images, you can see some images which are commonly used. So this you can see in the like SUSE, Red Hat, Debian, etc. So these are the images which are commonly used. Now you want to use images, you want to explore, or you want to see what are the other images. So you can go to this AWS marketplace, and there is some community edition. So if I click on this, right? So these are the quick start images, which is 25. My AMI means if I create some custom image, so that comes under this AMI. And here you can see marketplace AMIs. And you see there are many custom images, right? So so it depends. If you want to search any image, for example, you are searching for Docker, um, Docker. Let us see, is there something related to Docker? No, it's not there. Docker, let me remove this space and search now. There is nothing related to Docker. I want to search, is there something related to CentOS? Okay, yeah, there is something. See, these are the CentOS stream images are available. So in the quick start, we don't see any CentOS image, but here you can see, and you see the cost. Cost is $0 per hour. Means it is free of cost available. Okay. Now here the uh, community AMIs. Communities AMIs are those AMIs which are basically developed by developers. Means, for example, if I create some AMI and if I publish it on AWS, how to do that? That we will see later. But for example, I have created my own custom AMI and I want to publish it on AWS, then it comes as a community, right? So, so these are the communities. Okay, you can see CentOS is there because here I have given the condition CentOS. That's why it is showing CentOS. But there are other images are available like Ubuntu, and you just go and see the, like here, Ubuntu with 1.2.9 Ubuntu EKS, right? So these are the custom images. Okay, but in this launch template, what I want to do, I want to select my, so here these are the quick start. You see Mac uh, operating system is also available, but I want to use the Ubuntu one, right? So Ubuntu, this one, which is free tier. So here, right. So now you can see this is selected. Okay. Now, uh, this is the AMI. Even though you can create a launch template without selecting the image, and you will say, okay, when I create my EC2 instance from this launch template, at that time, I will decide. Okay. So it is AMI from the catalog, or means I'm not going to select from the catalog, because if we are using the AWS free tier, right? We need to see a free tier eligible. Here you can see that I can select Ubuntu. Okay. So it is put slow. Yeah. And this is free tier eligible. So that's why I'm selecting this. But when you are running a production kind of environment, you can select uh, any image. Okay. So here I'm selecting this. And whenever you are selecting an AMI, AMI is having one AMI ID. Okay. So this is the ID of my image. Now here there is a architecture. So are you creating for the ARM machines, or you want to create general purpose machines which is having architecture of 64-bit x86? Okay. So we are selecting this one. Now next is the instance type. Here you can see it is saying don't include the instance type. Same way, instance type you can decide when you create the EC2 instance, or if you are sure that whenever I create my EC2 instance from this launch template, then I need this kind of EC2 means instance type. So I will select. So as you know, for free tier, T2 micro is the one. So I'm selecting this. Right. So this is selected. Then keep here. Keep here you want to select, or you want to so decide when the EC2 instance you are going to create from this from this launch template, or you want to create a new key pair. So we have already created our key pair. So I'm going to select this one. Then network settings. So I want to run my uh, Apache server on this particular machine, then you can select the existing one, right? The one which we have earlier. Now, if I select this web security group, I think here I have my uh, I have my port number 22 open and port number 80 is open under this security group. So I'm selecting this one. Okay. Advanced network configuration we will see later when we talk about the network interface card. EBS is basically volume. Volume means the hard disk. Okay. So at this moment, it is saying 8 GB EBS general purpose GP3 SSD is attached. So AMI volumes are not included in the templates until you modify it. So if I select this, so you can see 8 GB I need, and see, you can select a hibernation if it is encrypted. So here at this moment, we are not encrypting our volume. So we are learning the things step by step. So we will reach to the means if you want to enable that, this will be your homework. You need to make it encrypted and try that whether Hibernate is working or not. Okay. But here I'm not including this encryption. Right. Is there any tag you want to give? Tag like, as I mentioned, this is the resource tag. Resource tag means EC2 instance tag you want to give. Okay. Also, I want when the EC2 instance get created from this launch template, I want that my EC2 instance should have the Apache installed. So I will go to this advanced detail, right? So in this advanced detail, so you can sell here, there is an option hibernate behavior, right? So you need to enable the encryption for root volume, and then you can check whether you are able to hibernate it or not. Yesterday, we have also seen the shutdown behavior, but that is on the EC2 instance level. Now, because this launch template is a configuration which is basically used to create the EC2 instance, so those properties we can select here, right? So if you want whatever the EC2 instance get created from this, then it should have the uh, these behavior termination, protection, stop, protection, etc. So I will keep these as it is, and I will come down here. And if you remember that we have this user data. So you can create one file and you can upload that file. That is your homework. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to run this script. So I'm going to use slash bin bash, which is the bash terminal I'm using in Linux. And I will say sudo su, and I'll say sudo apt update and sudo apt install Apache 2 -1. Okay. Now it will install the Apache. And now consider I want to create application in real time, right? Your application will be different, but for the demo purpose, I just want to show you that it will create the Apache with some uh, custom page index.html. So if I say echo and I'll say this is this page, or I'll put h1, it will be little bigger. This page is created by using is created by uh, using launch template. Okay, I want this uh, this HTML page is to be under my Apache default page. So how Apache default page? It will be under where www HTML and then index.html page, right? I want that whenever the EC2 instance get created, it should run this script. The Apache services automatically get started. You need not to start it explicitly. Okay, and I'm going to create this launch template. Now, launch template is only a configuration, right? It will not create the EC2 instance automatically. Now, if I go back, uh, so this is created. You can go here. Now you can see my template is created and whatever the action you want to take. So far I'm having default version 1. If you make any modification, it will have version 2, version 3, and so on. Now, in this template, this is my template. Now, and if I go to the action, launch instance from this template. Okay, I want to launch the template from this, launch the instance from this template. So I will click on this. So you need to select your template. So Apache template is my template, right? And version, currently I have only one version, one time we have created, and it is named as a production web server. Right now, it is uh, created, right? So it is selected, sorry. Now, whatever the configuration we have done, it is showing it has already done those configurations. See, Ubuntu 25 or 24.04, image ID, right? And you can see the instance type T2. You need not to select. Key pair is selected and your security group is selected. Everything is there. You just need to launch the instance. Now, the instance will be created by using whatever the configuration we are having in the launch template. You are getting it?
Yes.
Now, if I go to my instances now, so there will be one instance. You just need to refresh this once and you can see this instance get created, right? There is no name. You can click on this and you can say uh, my instance. That resource tag, you can add this name tag, name equals to my EC2. Now this is created. Now let me see whether I'm able to connect, because let us see the security group. So if I click on this security group and if we check the inbound rule, so you see the inbound rule 80 and 22 is open. So it means I can connect to this particular EC2 instance. So I will connect to this EC2 instance. So I just want to check whatever the configuration is, that Apache is installed or not. So I will just say sudo su login with the root user. And if I say systemctl status and Apache 2. See, my Apache is installed. It is active and running. And let me see under that directory, which is cd/var/www and HTML. So here there is a index.html. Let's read this file, cat index.html. So you can see this page is created using the launch template. So it means whatever I have done in the launch template configuration, this EC2 instance is created from that. Now, if I take the public IP address of this machine, let's take the public IP address. So I will be able to access that page also. See, that is the page, because that is but obvious, right? Now I want to create one more instance. I want same configuration. What you need to do, if you don't have the launch template, then you need to launch the instance, select Ubuntu, your keys, and then so on, right? But now you need not to do that. You go to the launch template, select your template, and you can say, I want to launch this instance from the template, right? Now just select your template and select your template and the version. Version is 1, because there could be multiple version. I will show you multiple version. And just you can say, if you want to modify something, you can modify also. Means, for example, you say, I don't want Ubuntu, you can go again, quick start and change it. Okay, but I'm selecting this. Now, second instance is getting ready. And it is ready. See, it saves time. Are you agree with me?
Yes.
Right? So earlier when you were creating, now this is the shortcut method. But you need to use
Hmm.
very intelligently. You need to be very
Okay.
sure uh, whatever you are creating through the launch template configuration should have that. Now, if I refresh this, this is my another not here instances and I just need to refresh this and you will see there is another instance created. Now, if I take this instance now and if I if I go to its IP address, this is the public IP address. If I take this one and if I press it, it will give me the same result. Okay. So sometimes it is because it has to install Apache and start the service. So let's wait for that. Let's give a little bit time because that depends upon how much time it takes to run the apt update command, apt that Apache install command and then copy. So that time it will take. So, but if you try to connect this, you will see everything will be there. So I'm connecting to my another instance, the one which is just now created. Okay. So if I log in with the user and if I say system, CDL, status, and Apache 2. See, it is active and running, then it should be there now. Okay. So not sure why it is not opening because uh, we have not changed the security group. If I see the security group, port 80 and port, okay, that is fine. Let's open in the Cognito window. Not sure why it is taking that much time because it is supposed to start immediately. We can check by using curl command, right? So this is our machine. If I say curl localhost, see it is giving the output, but here it is not coming. What's wrong? Something is blocking it.
But does it matter if more than one instances are running?
No, that is not a matter. That is fine. More than one instance because both are having
Status check.
different status is initializing. It is showing. Okay.
Hmm.
So I believe I have used the correct IP address. Let me check that. Okay. This is the correct one. Okay, curl command is ready, but somehow this is not. Oh, it's coming up. Okay, so you see, within no time, EC2 instance got created. Okay, it took some time to pop up here. Now you understand the purpose of launch template.
Yes.
Now what I will do, I will modify something.
Mhm.
I will modify something into and I will make it so this is my launch template. If I click on this and if I say I want to modify, so you can go here and you can say modify with the new version. Okay. So what modification I'm doing? So here I will say template version, which is um, production latest. I'm just putting production latest so that I can identify this is the latest version. And what changes I'm doing here, I will just go and add resource tag, and I will say name, and I'll say mm, launch or LT launch template EC2. Okay. I want to give this name. Okay. And this is for the instances name. Okay. So I want to add this and I will modify this template, create the template version. So here I have, okay, I'll add it to select this. Now it is creating. Now I want to create another EC2 instance, but now the EC2 instance I want to create with the newer version. So here I will say action and launch the template. And here I will select my Apache because template name is same, right? But the version is different. Version, you want to create the previous version or you want to create with the latest version. So I want to select version number 2, which is production latest. Okay. So I will say launch instance. Now this new instance will be created. It will have a tag, name tag. Okay. If I go to the EC2 instances, right? So if I just refresh this, see, now this is created with the latest EC2, that name tag we have added with the version 2. Is this point is clear to you?
Yes.
Now, if I go to my template, right, and you can see here, there are two versions, version 1 and version 2, right? So here you can see the information, right? And right. So here you can go and set the default version. If you want your version 2 should be the default version. So now I will make my version 2 as a default version. Okay. Now, if I create an EC2 instance from my template, right? So if I say action and launch instance, right? Now here I will select uh, my instance, sorry, my template, and see now 2 is the default. Okay. Now your homework is that you need to create 1 or 2 instances. You need to modify the launch template. And at the end, you need to delete this template. Okay. So that's it for today's lecture. Any question you have?
No, no.
All right. So we wrap up this and I will upload it on YouTube. You can get it from there, this recording. Thank you. Bye-bye.